Between Whiterun's sprawling plains and the ancient stone paths that wind towards Windhelm stands a ruin so visible, so perfectly placed, that almost no one truly sees it. Travellers cross its bridge, bandits call it home. The Dragonborn has passed through it a dozen times, usually blade-drawn, gold purse lighter, eyes fixed on the horizon, and yet this place remains largely forgotten. It's a ruin that should mean something. A pair of crumbling stone towers split by a rushing river, a bridge strung between them like a wound stitched by time. It sits on one of Skyrim's most travelled roads, watching thousands of feet, hooves and wagon wheels pass below. But the towers don't appear in grand quests or epic battles. There are no divine relics here, no named villains, no mysteries to solve. These towers are not cursed, nor sacred. It's ordinary. And that, paradoxically, makes it one of the strangest places in Skyrim. Because in a world overflowing with meaning, Valheim towers exist without any. It's the ruin everyone walks past, the fortress that became invisible by being too familiar. Approach Valheim towers from the west and you'll first see the right band watchtower jutting from the cliffside. Its stone darkened by years of rain and wind. The bridge arcs gracefully across the White River, connecting it to its twin on the opposite bank. Together they once formed a proud checkpoint, a gate that watched over trade and travel in the heart of Skyrim. But that was long ago. Now the towers have fallen into decay. The banners that once flew are gone, replaced by rough wooden spikes and makeshift barricades. Bandits dwell here, demanding tolls from passerbys, pitiful echoes of the guards who once held the post. When you encounter them, they demand gold for safe passage. You can pay, intimidate, or fight. No matter your choice, the towers remain unchanged. The bandits return days later, the cycle repeats, and the world moves on. That is the essence of Valheim Towers, frozen in perpetual irrelevance. In a game where every ruin seems to hold ancient secrets, Valheim Towers stands apart because it doesn't. There are no puzzle doors, no Dwemer gears, no ghostly voices calling out from walls. It is simply there. That's what makes it so powerful as a piece of environmental storytelling. Skyrim's world is filled with grandeur, Nordic crypts, dragon lairs, Daedric shrines. But the inclusion of something so plain, so unimportant, reveals something deeper about the land. Valheim Towers represents the ordinary life of Skyrim's people. The guards who once manned its battlements were not heroes. They were watchmen, soldiers, and toll-keepers, people whose work mattered only when it failed. Now their place has been taken by outlaws who mimic their role, collecting coin in mockery of war. It's a ruin that captures the collapse of civilization in microcosm. The current inhabitants of these towers are bandits, not marauders of legends or named foes with backstories, but generic outlaws who respawn endlessly. They guard the bridge, collect tolls, and die by the dozens. Yet even in their simplicity, they represent something tragic. Valheim Towers sits near Whiterun, one of the safest, most prosperous holds in Skyrim, and yet this ruin is filled with the desperate and the dispossessed. The bandits here are not scheming masterminds, they're refugees from a system that failed them. Skyrim's war, its famine, its chaos, all drive people to the sword. These bandits, in their own way, are the last guards of the towers, protecting not travellers, but their own survival. They maintain the illusion of authority, demanding a toll where once a real guard post stood. And no matter how many times they fall, new ones always take their place. That's what makes these towers haunting. It's a site where history repeats endlessly, each new generation of bandits rebuilding the same futile dream of control. The bridge itself is what gives these towers its strange power. It connects not only the two towers but also two regions of Skyrim, the fertile plains of Whiterun Hold and the rugged highlands leading towards Eastmarch. Crossing it feels symbolic, even if the game never says so. On one side lies safety and civilization, on the other danger and wilderness. And perched in the middle, like a liminal gate between the two, are the towers themselves. Perhaps that's why they were built here, to watch over the border between comfort and chaos. But time has eroded that distinction as well. The guards are gone, the tolls are unjust, and the bridge has become a place of transition, not just for travellers, but for meaning itself. Every player crosses it, few remember it. In a world filled with grand events, Valheim Towers becomes a metaphor for the things we stop noticing once they feel familiar. Beauty, history, even decay itself. If you ask Skyrim players about Valheim Towers, most will pause. They'll remember something vague. Isn't that the bridge with the bandits? Or, oh yeah, I think I passed that earlier on. That's what makes it fascinating. It's everywhere and nowhere. It's the first bandit ambush many new players face, a small challenge on the road from Riverwood to Whiterun. But as the Dragonborn's power grows, the tower fades into obscurity. By level 30, they're just scenery. And yet, for those who look closer, the towers capture something profound about Skyrim's storytelling. They are the embodiment of the world's forgotten middle spaces. Not ancient, not modern, not holy, not cursed, just there. That in itself is beautiful, because Skyrim's world needs its ruins of no consequence, its broken towers that watch the road silently. They remind players that not every story needs to be epic to be worth telling. Who built Valheim Towers? The game never tells us. The architecture suggests imperial design, orderly, symmetrical and functional. It might once have been a checkpoint for merchants or soldiers travelling between holds. But now there's no record, no note, no history book. This absence of information turns Valheim Towers into a blank page on which the player's imagination writes. You might picture guards stationed there long ago, standing in the cold, waiting for travellers who never came. Or perhaps it was once a proud outpost during Skyrim's early days, forgotten when the Empire's roads fell into disrepair. Whatever the truth, the silence is powerful. The tower's purpose was erased by time, and that erasure is their story. Valheim Towers may not hold quests of its own, but it quietly supports countless ones. Bandits who take up residence there may be connected to larger factions. Bounty notes lead you back to the site. Travellers from Whiterun pass by it on their way to join the Legion or the Stormcloaks. Even the Dragonborn's journey often intersects it, whether as a random skirmish or as the setting for a Radiant quest. In that sense, the tower functions as kind of a background stage for Skyrim's living world. They are always active, always occupied, always ready to be rediscovered. That makes them strangely vital. Without Valheim Towers, the world between Whiterun and Windhelm would feel emptier. Its existence gives life to the road. In the end, Valheim Towers isn't just the ruin everyone walks past. It's a mirror. It reflects how easily we, as players and people, overlook the ordinary. How quickly we move from one goal to the next, forgetting the beauty of what lies in between. Every bandit who dies here, every traveller who crosses its bridge, every player who barely glances up, all become part of its silent history. The towers don't seek attention. They don't demand reverence. They simply exist, patient and eternal. And maybe that's what makes them so powerful. Because in a world where everything tries to be legendary, Valheim Towers remains defiantly forgettable. A ruin that no one remembers, yet everyone has seen.